experience dealing with conspiracy theories and why people believe them?
They are fun as shit. I'm a little guilty over here. I've been reading some weird stuff lately.
Because my understanding is that because in extraordinary circumstances that don't make sense, people try to make sense of things by taking little pieces of evidence all over and trying to just make a stew out of it that they would just want to eat up. I guess I'm thinking about food right now, so apparently I'm extending that metaphor into food.
Well, we all want to make meaning out of something, and it depends what your stance is in life. If you're super religious, you might try to make meaning in some kind of religious context where, God wanted this for a specific reason because of what people, the way people were living, right? You could, if your predilection is political, and you're like, and from a global politics perspective, you could say Russia did this or China did this, or, you might think that way. If you're politically driven and it's more partisan, and what's happening between the Democrats and Republicans, you might be like, yeah, our president really screwed this one up, and your entire focus is on what the government is or isn't doing.
Right.
So I think people just come from their own vantage point, and they try to, the big picture is you try to make meaning out of it. And what's hard for me is that as a medical person is that, I'm not going to overreact. I'm not going to freak out. I'm going to say, okay, we have this threat, and it's a threat that's unseen, and it's a threat that can affect a lot of people, especially older people and immunocompromised people. We've seen what it's done in other countries. We have to take it seriously. We need to follow the protocols that other people that are smart infectious disease people are telling us to do, who are experts on this. And I'm not gonna lose it because of it. I'm gonna say this is an opportunity for me to focus on things I haven't in the past, and I'm not gonna get panic stricken. I'm gonna practice the best hygiene and infectious disease protocols that I can, but I'm also gonna look at, hey, I can clean my house, I can write that book I wanted to write, I can create music, I can do all sorts of stuff that I haven't had the time to do before. And I'm going to try to be as productive as I can while I help other people. And I happen to have a knowledge base in behavioral medicine and then mind-body connection and in personal development. So I want to go out and do podcasts like this, and I'm writing a manifesto, like a letter to the world about what's going on right now and how to make sense of it. And I think that can be really useful. I think a lot of people can be really useful right now. But unfortunately, I see a lot of people that are fear-stricken, or they're using it for their own gain. Like, there's sensationalistic news, there's political news, and it's hard to see what information is correct when that's happening.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about previous. That's my number one pet peeve. Like, I think it's irresponsible, and I'm not a big fan of the people going to the beach. And Jim was saying outside his house, there's 20 people playing basketball. I think that's irresponsible, but it doesn't really piss me off. What pisses me off is people trying to take advantage of the situation, whether it's for monetary gain or whatever it might be, and using people's fear to drive their business or to drive whatever agenda they have going on.